Imagine living in a little village where the silence of the mountains is broken only by the gentle sound of cowbells. Here, in the most hidden corners of Switzerland, there are villages that look as if they were taken straight out of an old fairy tale. The population is small, the landscapes look like paintings, and the daily routine is as simple as it is intense. In these isolated corners of the Alps, life moves at a different rhythm, without rush, without noise, and with a deep connection to the land, tradition, and the cold that covers everything for months. Today, you're going to discover how the few people who chose to stay here live. People who face isolation, snow, and distance from everything and still find beauty in the solitude of the mountains. Stay with me until the end, because this journey inside Swiss villages will surprise you in every detail. Switzerland is famous for its postcard landscapes, but in some of its most remote regions, those same mountains that charm visitors also act as natural barriers, separating small villages from the rest of the world. Scattered across the Alps, these communities are located in deep valleys, steep slopes, or high plateaus where the terrain doesn't allow expansion and access requires effort. Some of these villages have no conventional roads connecting them directly to other towns. Reaching them may mean walking along narrow paths, taking a cable car, or navigating winding roads that snake between cliffs. When winter arrives, those routes become dangerous and often impassable.
But it's not just the terrain that creates distance. The very location of these villages, often far from urban centers and surrounded by forests, lakes, or mountains, creates a true sense of geographical isolation. Reaching the nearest hospital, for example, can take more than an hour, and that's in ideal conditions. This isolation, imposed by nature, has helped keep these communities small, discreet, and deeply rooted in their land. Geography, while limiting, also protects. It protects traditions, local languages, ancient lifestyles, and even a sense of tranquility that seems to have vanished elsewhere. Living in this kind of environment is not for everyone. It requires resilience, adaptation, and above all, a clear understanding that here, nature is in charge, not the other way around. Are you enjoying discovering what quiet, serene life is like in this isolated corner of the Swiss mountains? Well, this is just one of many fascinating places we'll explore here. If you're enjoying the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, do you think you could live in a place so calm and connected to nature? Now, let's continue, because what comes next will surprise you even more. Life in Switzerland's isolated villages is simple but full of meaning. Here, time seems to pass more slowly, and the daily routine follows the rhythm of nature. Most families live off farming, livestock, or the production of artisanal cheese, which they sell at local fairs or take to larger towns when access allows it. It's common for each household to have its own vegetable garden, and for the residents to make preserves, smoke meats, or prepare food for the harshest months of the year. Physical work is still part of everyday life. Taking care of animals, chopping firewood, clearing snow, or maintaining equipment are tasks everyone learns from an early age. Children grow up in direct contact with the land, with animals, and with a freedom rarely seen in cities. They attend small local schools or must travel to neighboring towns, often along long routes. The community is tightly knit. With so few inhabitants, everyone knows each other and helps one another. If a family needs something, neighbors show up. If someone gets sick, everyone comes together. Traditional festivals, whether religious celebrations or harvest events, remain important moments of gathering, where singing, dancing, and food strengthen the sense of belonging. During moments of rest, life here is quiet and contemplative. Many spend time reading, sewing, doing crafts, or simply admiring the landscape from their windows. There's no rush, no traffic, no city noise, only the sound of the wind, cowbells, and sometimes the absolute silence of the mountains. Although they enjoy some modern conveniences, like electricity, radio, and even internet signals in certain spots, their lifestyle remains deeply rooted in tradition. Living here is, in many ways, choosing a calmer, deeper, and also more demanding path. When winter arrives in the alpine villages, everything changes. The white, silent landscape is beautiful to see, but it hides a harsh reality. The cold is intense, snow covers everything for weeks, and life must adapt. Here, winter is not just a season, it's a test of endurance. Before the first snowfall, families are already in preparation mode. Firewood is stacked in large amounts, food is stored in cellars, generators are tested, and even basic medicines are stocked in case someone falls ill and access to the nearest town becomes impossible.
The routine becomes more inward, more sheltered, and every trip outside must be planned with care. Some villages end up completely cut off for days with no possible transport, relying only on what they already have at home. It is during this time that the sense of community grows strongest. Neighbors exchange supplies, check in on the elderly, and help keep the paths clear, at least between houses. Outdoor activities are reduced to the essentials. Children play in the snow, but most tasks move indoors. Many use the time to repair tools, spin wool, craft, or simply rest. The fogged-up windows, the crackling fireplace, and the silence of the snow-covered mountains create a unique atmosphere, almost magical, but also solitary. Although there is electricity, heating, and even access to technology in some cases, winter here still carries an ancient weight. It is the season when nature shows its strength and the people once again learn to respect it. It is not easy, but those who live in these mountains know that after so much cold, spring always returns, and with it, life is reborn at a different rhythm. Despite the isolation, Swiss villages are not completely frozen in time. Little by little, modernity has arrived, but without breaking ties with tradition. Many houses that once relied solely on wood stoves now have modern heating systems. Some villages have cell phone coverage, satellite internet, and even solar panels discreetly installed on rooftops, all integrated with care, respecting local architecture. Technology has arrived, but it has not taken over. Many residents still prefer to keep old customs. They cook in wood-fired ovens, wash clothes by hand, and tend their cattle the same way their grandparents once did. Modernity is seen more as support than substitution. It helps, but it does not replace the essence.
In some cases, this connection to tradition has even become a source of pride. Young people who left for the city to study or work often return, wanting to recover what they learned in childhood. They bring new ideas and new ways of generating income, such as rural tourism or selling artisanal products online, but without abandoning the past. That balance between old and new is what keeps these villages alive. It is as if technology had to ask permission to enter, and it is only accepted when it helps, not when it disrupts. Progress here advances slowly, with respect, and that makes all the difference. Living in an isolated Swiss village in the mountains means choosing a life of resilience, simplicity, and a deep connection with nature. Here, time is not measured only by clocks, but by the changing seasons and the rhythm of daily tasks. It is a way of life that requires dedication, patience, and a rare ability to enjoy the present without being carried away by the pressures of the outside world. Still, this life is not for everyone. You must embrace the discomfort of isolation and the challenge of self-sufficiency. But for those who choose this path, there is an indescribable beauty in the stillness of the mountains, in the silence of winter, and in the unity of the community. Swiss villages are proof that even in modern times, it is possible to live simply and still live fully. They teach us that true balance is not about having more, but about valuing what really matters, the connection with the environment, with the people close to us, and with our roots.
These inhabitants, far from the rush and noise of big cities, find in their daily routines a way of life that many of us, in the pursuit of success or progress, have forgotten. In a world that is increasingly digital and fast-paced, those who live here remind us of how powerful it can be to live in harmony with nature and in peace with oneself. And you, what do you think about life in these isolated Swiss mountain villages? Imagine living in a place where tranquility is the rule, but where you must also face the strength of nature, harsh winters, difficult roads, and a deep connection with the past. Every day here is a challenge, but also a lesson in resilience and simplicity. So tell me, do you think you could live in a place like this? Have you ever thought about leaving the city to find peace in such a special corner of the world? Or maybe you know other places with the same isolated and unique spirit. Share with us in the comments. We love reading your experiences. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy learning about new cultures, discovering unique places, and seeing the world from a different perspective, this is your space. There's always new content here, so join us on the next journey. Until next time,